Hi guys, this is on reupload and I'm back with a recap of episode 8. So I'm going to change my way of doing a recap, so I'm going to share more of my thoughts, and as usual I'm going to give you some spoilers, so watch and listen at your own risk. The first scene is obviously with Put and Pat, because finally after 1 week, but yeah, right now it's not 1 week but 2 weeks later. But yeah, we get to see them having some conversation, and I'm glad that Pat decided to put an end on the relationship, even though I didn't appreciate much that Put who interrupted him and he dared to speak up first, saying he likes Pat. Like, dude, no, don't speak, okay? Let him speak. Let Pat speak, okay? And he still likes Pat, no matter what the answer. And I was like, okay, that's your problem, but you have to move on, okay? I'm being harsh, but it's because I'm a bit annoyed. Even though I understand that he liked a lot Pat and he wanted to win him back, but 2 years ago, it's like, even Pat said to him that it can't be compensate. He can make up for that. It's kind of too late. Okay, I'm sorry, but he needs to move on and to find the right person, but I also hope he's going to be a better person as well. The second scene that I want to talk about is Put and Jeng confrontation. We have some kind of tension, and both actors were really good at delivering their lines, and I also liked the atmosphere with the background music. That was one of my favorite scenes, honestly. But yeah, Pat annoyed me again because he was so provocative with his words, and of course he was lying about Pat and him being together. But I was wondering, when did Jeng know about this? But okay, he was also great at responding him back, and that was really an interesting part. Even though Put hurts him by his word, at the end we already know who the winner is. And the next scene is about Jeng and Tae, their friendship. It was so precious, honestly. So obviously Jeng was going to be sad, and I appreciated to see him talking with his friend Tae. Like he opened up. He was able to open up himself about his feelings, and it was nice to see a different side of Kun Jeng, and I wanted to give him a hug at that time. And I'm glad that at the end Tae gave him a nice advice, but he had to follow his heart. Nevertheless, I disagree with Tae when he said someone as Kun Jeng could pick everyone as he pleased, because the fact that it's not about fame, status and money, that means it's going to be easy for him to find love, especially when it's his case that was complicated. But still, it was also lovely to see Kun Jeng changing, and it made me think it was definitely some sign some sign to him to not giving up so soon, such as messages sent by Pat. But I know that when Pat sent him those messages, it's because he was like, he didn't feel okay and he wanted to change his mind. Before we are going to talk about the scene at the restaurant, I would like to mention the scene of Kun Jeng being shirtless, because that was cute and sexy at the same time. But I also wanted to say it reminds me of Pat's scene when we went to go shopping together, and before that, Pat was also choosing some clothes. So it was like both versions, but both scenes are so cute. Oh, let's not forget about that Pat slept with a plush tiger. Like, he hugged the plush tiger. That was cute. Even though he's an adult, but who cares? Adult can like plushies. Okay, let's move on to when we were at the restaurant. The fact that Kun Jeng arrived earlier says a lot about his personality, but also his feelings towards Pat. I'm not sure if it was because of stress, but later we learned that he asked to the waitress to change the furniture. He was kind of micromanaging and being a perfectionist. That was interesting to see that. I also liked some small inner voice of Kun Jeng, and that he actually panicked whenever he's with Pat. That was enduring, and the same vibe as we were in front of our crush. Seriously, Kun Zheng in this episode looks younger, like, I don't know if I'm exaggerating, but with the outfits and also the way he changed, he gave the impression he's only a few years older than Pat. One thing that I don't know and I get annoyed easily is that why he keep posting some pictures on his IG. Pat, why? Like, I mean, even though it seems okay, like it's a daily thing for him, surely, I don't know, but every time he did this, he's in trouble. Like, do you remember? It's episode 6 with Gong. It was a red flag. Gong went there to see him, and this time it's short. But oh my god, that was hilarious. Okay, so that scene with him, that was amusing. Okay. It was funnier when Shaw decided to run after them, and he even noticed the tall man. But luckily, he didn't succeed. Luckily for both of them. So Pisha didn't discover their secret. So after that, we have some small lovely scene. And even though one was for promoting the Orishi drink, but still that was quite smooth. And I liked the way they were filming the scene when they were sitting together in the taxi and chatting, doing random stuff, such as playing rock, paper, and scissors. So the second restaurant was a Greek restaurant, and I liked that they have shown us what Kun Zheng wrote on the plate later. But as for Pat, in our dreams, I guess, honestly, it was kind of a roller coaster because there were some feelings, like not only cute moments but also sad one, such as when Kun Zheng said he already knew about Pat and Put, but also Pat who went to the restroom and to calm himself down. I feel like he improved. He improved by controlling his emotions, but he was still hurting by the breakup. And in my opinion, Pat loved Put a lot, but he might feel sorry and guilty to not having the same feelings as before. I wish he can slowly accept the truth, and I also wish he could overcome the sadness and to give the opportunity for Kun Zheng. And there was a moment, it was so cute because Kun Zheng wanted to make him smile by offering him a bubble tea, but earlier it was Pat who offered him a Oishi drink, and then this time it was Kun Zheng's turn. Okay, honestly, I noticed that we were drinking lemon tea and some wine in a restaurant, and then a bubble tea for Pat and other drink for Zheng, rib for my stomach. Okay, and the fact that Kun Zheng nearly confessed his love made me crazy. Like, seriously, dude, we got this in the first part, because I thought he was really confessing to him, but then he was actually daydreaming. Wow. I'm going to talk about the bar scene. So before going to a secret place, which was the bar, Pat wanted to go home, and he said to Kun Zheng that he was tired, so he wanted to go home. Kun Zheng didn't want to let him go and being sad alone. But then he suggested him to bring him back home, but Pat refused. And then, as it happens, Pat received a message sent by A, and it was about some fan saying whose IG was all black. His profile picture was black, and he deleted everything from his account. He ended up going with Kun Zheng at the bar. I know that Kun Zheng wanted to cheer him up, but to suggest him to taste 5 cocktails was too much. And I feel like it ruined the moment later because Pat was easily tipsy, and when Zheng was being serious about his feelings, I wish Pat was sober than ever, and as usual, listening to Zheng made me fall in love with him even more. Honestly, he's one of the best characters. Okay, seeing them dancing, and especially when it was a slow dance, I was like, Pat, yeah, you're drunk, because I don't think you could do something like this. He wasn't fully aware of what he was doing with his boss. But it's true that earlier, Kun Zheng said to him to consider him as a friend. But seriously, even though it was somehow awkward, it was still lovely with the atmosphere, how we were filming, and nice colors. It was pleasing to the eyes. And I'm sure if they were together, like in love and both of them being sober, I think we would kiss because the mood was there, but we are not here yet. And it's not surprising that Pat felt not well, because after then he went to the bathroom. And I was talking about the appearance of his ex. Honestly, at first I was thinking he was a long-time friend when he was in United States, and it was normal to be tactile with each other. And I also sensed some awkwardness, mainly from Kunjeng's part. But okay, just that it has shown us. But also for the next part, another step. By another step, I mean it could be a reason as to why Kunjeng seems so discreet, and maybe, I'm not sure, but that he resigned or stepped down from his workplace. Anyway, hope we are going to know the truth next time. And yes, he cleared himself up in front of Pat. I don't know if, oh my god, my English is broken, I'm sorry. But I mean, by that, he talked to Pat, the truth came out. I mean, he said to Pat that man was his ex-boyfriend. I really like the fact that he must have the courage to say it, and it was some kind of a secret or a burden on him, and saying out loud could make him more braver with his feelings, but also to give Pat some clue and some hope. Okay, so at first I was so sad that Pat could react like that, but when I watched it again and after reading plenty of comments, I understand that for him it was kind of shocking. He seems like he was so embarrassed by the behavior he had with him earlier, or maybe it's because it's a completely a new perception. I don't know how to explain it, but it's indeed shocking for him, because if he was thinking all the time that Kunjeng was straight, and on top of that Pat didn't dare to look at him more than as his boss, that does make sense. And earlier I liked the fact that the employees, in episode 4, or maybe before that, when they didn't know Kunjeng but they keep gossiping about him, but also after that, but it's just that I recalled the earlier episode, so the employees didn't go far by talking about his sexual orientation, they were only talking on his professional side. And even though we didn't meet some women, we didn't make some huge assumptions, you know what I mean? So it's clearly there's a line between them. So lastly, Jab and Jen. I'm sorry, but I don't really understand them. They were somehow childish, and I think they should properly communicate with each other, because if they keep avoiding each other, it doesn't sound good. Okay, that's it for today, and I'm sorry if I didn't talk about other scenes. Okay, after watching this and watching the preview of the next episode, I'm quite scared of Pat's reaction. To be honest, right now I already watched episode 9, and some of my thoughts of episode 8 was a bit true. For Pat. So the preview of the 9th episode, we are going to see Pat's parents, and also we will get to see Zab and Jen. More importantly, Jen's confession. I literally had goosebumps with his confession, because I totally felt he mustered up his courage to say it out loud, and somehow in a desperate way, but also with a small hope. But yeah, the shocking face of Pat sounds, you know what I mean. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next video.